An upcoming family reunion bringing two worlds together. Jim Olivier has more in this week's Spirit of Acadiana.
Welcome into another week of the Spirit of Acadiana. You know, for the last several months, we've talked a lot about Congrès Mondial Acadien, which is the World Acadian Congress coming in 1999 to Louisiana. But we've learned that the Congrès is actually a spin-off of a much broader celebration called Franco Fete 99, which encompasses the entire state of Louisiana. So we're going to spend some time sharing that information with you and giving you updates on what's going on with the Congrès as it is connected to us here in South Louisiana and Cajun country, and a couple of very interesting gentlemen that we're going to talk to that certainly you know, Warren Perrin and our friend Curtis Joubert. Let's talk Congrès Mondial Acadien and how it is a part of this much bigger celebration, Warren.
The success of the first Congrès in Canada spawned many ideas, particularly for the state of Louisiana. Our governor, in April of last year, proclaimed that the year 1999 will be called Franco Fete 99, and it will be the tricentennial celebration of the founding of the Louisiana colony in 1699.
Curtis Joubert, who is with the Department of Tourism at the state level, can now share with us what's going on with Franco Fete.
Well, Lieutenant Governor Blanco is extremely behind both of these celebrations, the Congrès Mondial and also the Franco Fete that's going to entail the entire state of Louisiana. Every parish in the state should participate because they have a history in Louisiana as well as many people there. We've ran a survey and we have French-speaking people in all of these parishes. So we're going to invite the entire state to come in and celebrate with us and to top it off with the Congrès Mondial, which is a truly Acadiana type celebration.
So Franco Fete is un festival pour tous ceux-là qui parlent français de la Louisiane.
Pour tous les États. Ouais. Si ça parle pas français, on va les montrer.
Right. As a matter of fact, Brian Comeaux is going to be our guest on segment number 2 of this week's Spirit of Acadiana. As we continue with this information, we ask that you join us. Until then, I'm Jim Olivier with KATC TV3, Acadiana's news channel.
Welcome back. It's an event many hope will bridge the gap between local Acadians and their Canadian cousins.
A marriage of sorts. In tonight's Spirit of Acadiana, KATC's Jim Olivier takes a look at the upcoming World Acadian Congress.
The Spirit of Acadiana continues. All this week, we're coming to you from the beautiful surroundings of Vermilionville, our historic bayou attraction at Lafayette. But to talk to you about the Congrès Mondial Acadien in 1999. Yesterday's segment, remember we spoke to Warren Perrin and our friend Curtis Joubert with the State Department of Tourism, is a lot of folks did not really understand that this Congress that we're going to have in this area in 1999 is a spin-off from a much bigger celebration, the statewide celebration called Franco Fete 99. And we also talked yesterday with Warren about who is actually spearheading the big celebration that's set for 99 here in this area, and his name is Brian Comeaux, and this is an opportunity for us to introduce Brian to our audience today. We're looking at the plans that you have for the Congress in this area in 99, and it's going to be fantastic, isn't it?
That's right. We're going to have 2 weeks of celebration spread across South Louisiana, or as we like to say, from Grand Isle to Gaydon. We'll have family reunions, big music spectaculars, genealogy conferences, academic conferences, expositions of art and arts and crafts. There had never been a worldwide reunion of the Acadian people since the forced deportation of 1755. And Acadians truly are people of the world. As a result of the deportation, there are Acadians not only in Louisiana, not only in New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Quebec, but also across Canada, across the United States, and in far-flung places like France, the Dominican Republic, the Falkland Islands, New Zealand. So we truly are citizens of the world. And through the inspiration of a man named André Boudreau, who was Canadian and Acadian, he decided to start the Congrès Mondial Acadien, the World Acadian Congress, and convoked all the Acadians of the world to southeastern New Brunswick in 1994. We are now convoking the Acadians of the world to South Louisiana for 1999 in preparation for the 400th anniversary of the founding of the colony of Acadia, which will be in 2004, and we hope to have a celebration then again back in Canada.
Stay tuned, because our segment tomorrow, as the Spirit of Acadiana continues, is actually going to visit with a family that is participating in the Congress in '99. It'll give you an idea of how the reunions are coming together. Join us as the spirit of Acadiana continues. I'm Jim Olivier with KATC TV3, Acadiana's news channel.
The Spirit of Acadiana report is brought to you by these fine Acadiana companies.
Acadiana.
Welcome back. Spirit of Acadiana continues tonight as one local family prepares for the World Acadian Congress.
Now, it's one reunion the Joubert family is anxiously awaiting.
The Spirit of Acadiana continues. Hi, I'm Jim Olivier, and all this week we're focusing in on a very important event. You've all heard of it by now. It's called the World Acadian Congress, or Congrès Mondial Acadien. And we told you earlier on this week that it is one of the spin-off celebrations from the statewide Franco Fete 99 that's slated for the year 1999. One of the fun things that's going to happen during the Congress here, the many family reunions, the people that are getting ready to welcome their cousins from all over the world. And one such family is the Joubert family. We chose them because they've been pretty active so far in their preparations for the Congress, and maybe we can share with you some information on how you and your family can go about doing the same. Russel Gaspard, I guess, has been designated as the captain of the ship, we'd call it, the coordinator of the Joubert family reunion. Tell us a little bit about how you started to put the family together and maybe what some of your plans are for the Congress in '99, Russel.
Well, Jim, thank you for having us today. Back in '94, of course, I attended the Congrès Mondial in New Brunswick and attended several of the reunions. And knowing that we may have a shot bringing it here in '99, we kind of started working on the fact that we wanted some families. I was involved and decided to do the Joubert family because my mother's Joubert Broussard, and it gave me an opportunity to work with one of the families. Began by really singling out certain people, hoping that they would come to a meeting, and then advertising the meeting, and met in Abbeville at Mount Carmel, and began our first meeting with 42 people there in attendance, which was pretty great. And at that point, we ran shotgun on a lot of people and got us a committee formed, and we got us a president, a chairman of our family, and that's Judge Byron Joubert. And from there, we spent off into committees, and our committees have been meeting. Since then, we've had a board meeting that was attended by 23 people, just as a board, and our second general membership meeting was held a couple of weeks ago, and we ended up with 62 people there.
Wow.
So we're adding as we go.
Well, the Joubert family is but one. We hope that you get your family together. If you need some more information, at the end of this week's program, we're going to give you the sources that you need to contact. Until then, join us tomorrow, because there is one guy who is in charge of a whole lot of families. In case your name is not Joubert, we want to include you. Join us for that tomorrow as the Spirit of Acadiana continues. I'm Jim Olivier with KATC TV3, Acadiana's news channel.
The Spirit of Acadiana report is brought to you by these fine Acadiana companies.
And welcome back. Last night we introduced you to the Joubert family as they were preparing for their family reunion at the World Acadian Congress.
In tonight's edition of the Spirit of Acadiana, KATC's Jim Olivier explains how you can organize a reunion for your family at the Congress.
All this week, we're giving you information on not only the World Acadian Congress in 1999, but that it's a spin-off from the much broader celebration, Franco Fete 99, which covers the entire state of Louisiana. What we're going to do today is to give you folks some information on how you can get your families together to have the reunions that we've been talking about that are planned for 1999. And one of your best sources of information on how to get started with that, if you haven't already, is our good friend Eddie Richard. Eddie, everybody that went to the celebration 2 years ago in Canada will remember what a joyous time it was, and one of the greatest elements was the reunions of all the families there.
That's correct. I had the good fortune of being there, and I think all of the other, you speak for all of the people that were there, it was a tremendous experience. These folks up there, my cousins, did a tremendous job.
Tell us very briefly the sensation that you had on the very first trip that you made where you met your cousins.
Yes, well, we had our first, what the Richards call an international reunion. I think you were there in Tigonish, Nova Scotia. And we got there and sort of reluctantly approached people, say, I'm a Richard, they pronounce it Richard over there, but I'm a Richard from Louisiana, and I'm looking for my cousins. And before you know it, you were surrounded by people who say, I'm your cousin, and it's a tremendous feeling since that first reunion, we've had 3 other, what we call major reunion, attracting 1,500 people for 3 days. So it's a tremendous experience, and I urge everybody to initiate the move, give us a phone call, set up a meeting. We can help you.
We encourage folks out there to find out about their particular families. Again, Eddie is a tremendous source of information, not only to help you get started, but to help you through the entire process of gathering your family for a reunion in 1999. And the number you see on the screen is a phone number that you can call to contact Eddie to get some more information on that. Join us tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to end this week's series with several sources of information for you. Remember that the World Acadian Congress is but a part of Franco Fete 99, the statewide celebrations. Tu parles français, tu vas être intéressé dans Franco Fete 99. And if you'd like to find out what I said, join us tomorrow, I'll tell you. Jim Olivier with KATC TV3, Acadiana's news channel.
The Spirit of Acadiana report is brought to you by these fine Acadiana companies.
Acadiana continues. This is the final segment of this week's series. For those of you who've joined us earlier on this week, you know that we're talking about Franco Fete 99. It's a celebration in 1999 for the entire state of Louisiana and all those who speak French. That's what we closed yesterday's program with in French, by the way, if you were wondering what we were talking about. Today, we're going to give you sources of information that you can call to find out how that you and your family can participate in the World Acadian Congress, which is a spin-off of the Franco Fete, scheduled for 1999. And David Cheremie is going to give us the information for the folks in the audience who are watching right now. They want to participate. Now is the time when all of the preparations are underway. So who do they call and what do they ask for?
Well, they call me and they ask for information, and we can give it. Our number is 234-6166. And the way most people can participate, of course, as Mr. Eddie Richard was saying, through the family reunions. But we don't want to have this just the family reunions also, because they're only going to last a day or two. We want the people to stay here for the whole 2 weeks, to have a 2-week-long celebration of our Acadian heritage, to show not only what Acadians have contributed rather to Louisiana, but how the other cultures here in Louisiana have contributed to the Acadian culture also in Louisiana. So it's an all-inclusive celebration, and you can do that through participating in our film festivals, in our theater festivals. We're having arts and craft exhibitions. We'll be having academic conferences also. We'll be having economic conferences, not only here in Lafayette, but throughout South Louisiana, in Thibodaux, La Rose, Abbeville, all the way to Lake Charles, hopefully, also.
Yeah. Family reunions are a big thing. We've spent quite a bit of time on that. But again, the sharing of the information on the cultures is going to be great as well. So we'll urge folks to give you a call, David. We'll keep in touch with you so that we can share more information as more of the preparations continue.
Bien, merci, Jim.
Merci aussi. Et n'oubliez pas, si tu parles français, tu vas être intéressé dans Francophone 99 et le Congrès mondial Acadian dans le sud de la Louisiane. I'm Jim Olivier with the Spirit of Acadiana on KATC TV3, Acadiana's news channel.
The Spirit of Acadiana report is brought to you by these fine Acadiana companies.